Work for food concept is a really good concept. Starting off one, it builds a great bond between you and the pup, and it creates your position in the home and in the eyes of the pup as the provider. Everything flows through you as far as what the puppy can do for you and then what you can do for the puppy in return, which is food, toys, love, water, etc. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit, but it really helps you with that position and that bond to really get the relationship that you want with your puppy started and make that last for a lifetime. Also, the puppy learns that nothing is for free, everything is worked for. The food is basically puppy currency, so it's like our money, and we have to get up and go to work every day to make money, to pay bills and live and do things like that. In the wild, the dogs have to hunt and forage and do all of this kind of thing to eat on a daily basis. So this isn't a foreign concept to the dog as far as working for it to get everything that it needs. As far as if you want to go on past basic obedience training into more advanced stuff, the working for the food and building a big food drive is quite critical because there are a lot of things that you will not be able to accomplish in more advanced things if you don't have a good food drive, because it requires you to do a lot of luring. Luring is basically I have the food in my hand and I put the dog in whatever position I want the dog in because the dog is following the food in my hand. Using the biggest motivators is really key for the puppies or for dogs in general. Most of the time, food is a main motivator. I also like to use treats. I like to mix it up with food and treats both. Also, toys is a big motivator. Some dogs, once you pull out a toy as a motivator and start using the toy as the reward, they don't want the food anymore. If the toy is the highest of the rewards, you can use those in situations to really get what you want out of the puppy. Even water is a very big reward source at the right times. One of my favorite times to use the water is if you are outside on a warm day and you've been working a little bit and you come in and the pup is thirsty, so water is what it wants more than anything. If you already have your place command established, you can place the puppy and you can get it some water, and then you can use the water as the reward, given a puppy drinks here and there as you go back and reward for staying on the place. This is quite helpful with some dogs because they'll drink so much that they throw up and things like that. So it'll help you monitor the water if you have a dog that happens to do those sorts of things. The dog will tell you when the water is no longer the most rewarding thing, because you go to give them a drink and they will turn their head to tell you they don't want it. In that instance, you go back to what they do want. 9 times out of 10, that's food. So food is generally always your best motivator in that. If you are limited in the time that you have to train in a day, the working for food is also the best concept, because if your day is hectic and you can't get to training, don't have time to train with your puppy that day, your puppy gets 2 feeds, the morning feed and the evening feed. It only takes a matter of a few minutes to feed the puppy a bowl of food. So even if you don't have time in your day to really train the dog the way you want to, for breakfast and for dinner, you can do the train for food, so you can at least get 2 sessions out of it, and that way the pup is being trained every day and you're not really missing big spans at a time. All of these things are really helpful to you, and that is the reason that a work for food concept is a really good thing.